Alrighty guys, day 2 of the new mini set card reveals, and we're ready to overview all of them. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to get handy for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the cards.
You are not prepared!
Starting off with everybody's favorite class, Priest. And here we have a 4-mana 4/4 Elemental, Glowstone, Gyroworm, Lifesteal, Quick Draw, deal 5 damage, Forge, change Quick Draw to Battle Cry. Okay, so that's kind of cute. That's kind of a cool little mechanic right there. Like the Quick Draw is a pretty nice mechanic, but unless you literally top deck it or discover it that turn, it becomes kind of useless. So this being just a 4-mana 4/4 Lifesteal, do nothing, that's kind of lame, you know? So yeah, spending the 2 extra mana definitely sounds like a good idea. Maybe even just having tradable on it would also have been kind of good, but yeah, I kind of like this one. It's also an extra Forge card for you, so you can activate your Ignis and whatnot. So kind of a cool little concept. Honestly, feels like a lot of the quick draw cards needed something to help them really become meta, but yeah, I think this is definitely a step in the right direction for this kind of mechanic. The next card is Priest/Druid card, and this is a 3-mana nature spell, and that's a Pendant of Earth. Discover a minion from your deck, gain armor equal to its cost. This is gonna be pretty nice to actually discover some cool minions from your deck, so if you're actually revolving around certain minions, like we saw Thaddeus Druid is definitely going to be able to utilize this beautifully because they have quite a few core minions, and being able to discover from that batch is going to help them achieve their combo a lot quicker. For Priest, this might help them both in control as well as things like automation Priest, so I think both the classes are going to be benefiting from this card decently well. It's also having the nature tag, so it's going to be pretty nice for druids alike, because they're going to be utilizing it with things like Tapi, or they can discover it with a discount and whatnot. All around should be a pretty good card. And the other Priest/Druid card is a 5-mana no-tribe spell, and this one is Shattered Reflections. Choose a minion, add a copy to your hand, deck, and battlefield. Okay, quite the pricey stuff, but you are getting an extra copy on the board. You could use this on the opponent's minions. This should be quite flexible indeed. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna get used in the end. Like, it could be part of some combo action, it could be part of just control tool and whatnot, even though it's not really controlling, it's just giving you a ton of value. But sitting at 5 mana, it might be just balanced enough not to be super oppressive, but definitely plenty of implications this card could have in the future Hearthstone expansions, and even in this one. Like, time will tell how it's gonna pan out, but this one might turn out pretty interesting. Okay, moving up to the next batch of cards. These, we still don't have them in the Hearthstone library at the moment when I'm recording, which is like almost 20 minutes after these got revealed, but it is what it is. I guess we all have eyes, we're just gonna have to look a little bit closer. But starting off with the Warlock/Druid cards, well, let's actually start off with the Druid cards, because we already started those. We have the 6-mana Crystal Cluster, and this thing gains 3 empty mana crystals. Any that can't fit, summon a 3/7 elemental with Taunt. Okay, so this is like a Nourish, but it doesn't give you a full mana crystal, so you don't have like 6+3. You just have 6 mana to spend and nothing to do with the empty crystals, but it has the added benefit of, if you actually already ramped up, which a lot of times you will, you can actually summon a bunch of 3/7 taunts on the board. I guess this would be worse to play on after turn 7 into turn 8 into turn 9, because you're not even gonna get the full amount of benefit, but still, it's gonna give you a decent amount of chunky boys on the board, and they're 5-mana 3/7 elementals with taunt, so decently statted defensive minions that should be able to help you fend off for your life. I don't know, it's a little bit expensive, but in the end of the day, it gives you a ton of ramp. And if you, let's say you innervate into this in turn 5, you've suddenly did something even better than Nourish, even though it's a little bit slow because you can't really combo it off with anything else that turn. It still might be a very nice card for Druid class, so keep an eye on this one. It might actually be problematic. We also have a 3-mana 3/2 Trog Gem Tosser, and this is a Druid/Warlock card with Finale. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy for each of your mana crystals. Funny how we actually have some Finale action going in this one instead of Quick Draw. So this is a 3 mana that actually has some serious potential for damage. It does have the problem of it being a finale card, so you can't actually double it up in a turn or anything, but it's gonna be a decent amount of damage for the price. I'm not sure what exactly you're gonna be using this for though, like, I don't know, on turn 10, paying 3 mana for a 3/2 that deals basically 10 damage on random enemies, face included. It could actually be a decent inclusion, but I'm not sure exactly in what. Like, I guess it's gonna fit in Highlander decks, because everything fits into those. But yeah, it's not having amazing stats, obviously, not amazing effects on the board, but the battle cry / finale is going to be quite decent, so it should see a decent amount of play for sure. I mean, let's not say for sure, but definitely should be capable of getting included into decks is what I'm trying to say. We also have a 4 mana 6/8 elemental, Taunt. Choose one, discard 2 cards, or destroy one of your mana crystals, and you can force to do neither. Okay, I mean, this is gonna be a pretty good thing to be doing on turn 2 and coining out on turn 3 anyway. Turn 3, 6/8 Taunt. Not to be mistaken with a 4 mana 7/7, but yeah, this thing is gonna be kind of cool, isn't it? Like, both the classes have no problem chilling in the turn 2, like they usually just hero power, and for Warlock that's kind of cool, but for Druid it's usually not anything to write home about. So yeah, this card I do believe should be seeing a lot of play into all sorts of mid to slow decks, so yeah, this should be a good one. Also, obviously, Warlock doesn't exactly mind discarding cards, so this could be insanely broken in some discard Warlock action decks. Maybe it's even gonna break wild yet again, because there's plenty of good discard synergies piled up into that one. So yeah, this might be a lot better for Warlock in terms of actually discarding, and it's gonna be pretty decent for Druid for actually forging and playing, but no price. Okay, and the last batch for today is with Warlock and Warlock / Mage. Starting off with Warlock, we have a 2 mana 2/1 elemental, and this one is a Elementium Geode. Battlecry on Death Rattle, draw a card, deal 2 damage to your hero. Okay, well, that's definitely not something Warlock is a stranger to. They can combo it off well with the weapon, so that can actually be pretty good. Like, you're actually drawing cards while getting healed. Like, obviously, you're not gonna want to play this on curve if you plan on healing, but you're not gonna mind playing this on curve when you're basically full health anyway, so you're gonna be healing that back probably very soon in the mid game, so there's that too. So yeah, this should be a pretty good card for Warlock. We also have 6 mana Warlock / Mage card. This is a Fell School, so Rainbow Mage can utilize that if they want to, but this one deals 6 damage, summon a random 6-cost minion, destroy the bottom 6 cards of your deck. Well, this is obviously great for Warlock with the sludge action going, but is Mage really gonna be able to make a sludge deck right now? Like, we only have a few neutrals that Mage has, if I'm not mistaken. Like, am I mistaken? No, I don't think I am. So Mage doesn't exactly have anything amazing to be discarding right now, aside from, I don't know, some of the neutral sludge cards, but those aren't too much to really think about. So really, I'm not sure what exactly is Mage going to be doing with this one, at least just for now. Maybe we're going to see some more support for it, but for now I'd say this is going to be just a Warlock card, and mostly for some sludge deck that probably doesn't utilize Thaddeus, because who needs this when you got Thaddeus? When are we nerfing Thaddeus, by the way? What is up with that? And the last card is a 1 mana Frost spell. Again, Warlock / Mage. Soul Freeze. Freeze a minion and its neighbors. Deal damage to your hero equal to the number frozen. Okay, so you can eat up to 3 damage like this. This is going to be another positioning card I'm going to be nagging my students about. They should be playing around. And the way you can play around cards like these is use your locations in between your minions. Use stealth minions in the middle, use untargetable minions in the middle, that kind of deal. As long as there are only 3 minions on the board, you can use stealth and untargetable pretty easily against things like this. And if you have things like dormant minions or locations, you can just slap them somewhere in the middle and separate at least 2 minions at most on each side of those. Well, obviously, if you're going to play more than those, you're going to have to cluster 3, but in that case, you're going to want to separate your big minion from the bunch of small ones. Or you basically get the idea. I'm sure you're going to be able to finish this sentence in your own heads. Just think about cards like these when you're positioning your minions, is all I'm trying to say. Like, a lot of people, even Legend players, don't even bat an eye at positioning, and cards like this, cards like Fellhound, cards like the Ignis Cleave weapon, Discover Potential, all of those can be very punishing if you're not thinking about those things, and a lot of the times nobody's thinking about those things and they can't get punished, and they're like, wow, should have played around it, but you didn't even think about it now, did you? Anyway, sitting at 1 mana, this is definitely pretty powerful stuff. Like, it's basically a 1 mana Cone of Cold without the damage part. So both for Warlock and for Mage, I believe this should be pretty nice. Like, paying 3 health or even armor is not gonna be that big a deal for you, especially in the early mid game in most cases. But preventing some big hits definitely is gonna be pretty nice. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this batch of cards. Next one's gonna be on January 15th, so that's Monday. Get ready for those. Again, same time, same place. I will be covering all of those right after all 3 get revealed. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little day 2 mini set cards overview. Let me know in the comments below what cards you're mostly excited about. And yeah, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. Would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.